Hello everyone, this is Eagle. Today I'm presenting to you multiplayer gameplay for Steel Division 2. This game is one of the best RTS available in the market right now. The game concept is very unique because it actually supports the concept of the front line. So as we can see, your troops gets deployed on one side and the enemy troops is deployed on the other side. Then you both push to the middle of the map and then trying to get those flags. The player who gets more flags will be able to and hold it until the end, will be able to win the game. The game has different types of modes like breakthrough, someone who has more flags, and another player trying to take those flags from him. But this is the most famous mode, and the game is played in multiplayer usually in this mode. I'm playing a 1 versus 1 game in actually ranked, it's a ranked game. So the game has a leaderboard, and most of the people like to play 1 versus 1 play. Steel Division 2 has small community. Sometimes this community can actually be very toxic because there are lots of people who are fanatic about this game. It's a very closed community, and this is also one of the negatives about this game because it does not allow for proper feedback from the people who play the game. It's just some small community on a small Discord server, and they are not very welcoming about any games, any opinions regarding the game. Also, the developer of this game is Eugene, doesn't do much effort to actually get feedback from all the people. They are just relying on this small community. But anyway, even though it can become toxic and not welcoming, still this game is still one of the best because it actually adapts this unique concept, which is not in many RTS games. Now, into the game itself, I started deploying my units here. I'm playing with the tank division, 21st Panzer, and my opponent in red, he is playing with the Polish troops. The Polish troops has usually more infantry, but they have very less tanks. I'm trying to push to the center very fast using light vehicles. Light vehicles in this game are usually faster than the normal tank, which is historically accurate, to be honest. So I'm pushing with this SBW just to try to secure the area before he reaches there, so I can put a foothold. He started deploying his units, anti-tanks. Yeah, this area has a deficiency because in this map in particular, because the player has to go all the way to this road. So that's why I was trying to beat him there. Okay, I started deploying my fighter bombers just to eliminate his anti-tank. Yeah, but this MG was able to get it anyway. Okay, my Marder sit here, and now I am... Yeah, he put some troops here, but he's not pushing though, I don't know why. On this front, fighting is strong to secure this area. He should have the advantage in this area because it's lots of forest and he has really many infantry. As a tank division, I don't have many. He's playing the Armia Krajova, which is basically home army or Polish resistance in World War II. Eugene was also saying that they are trying to implement divisions where actually similar to what were there in the World War II. So the best thing about this game is that you can actually design your own division the way you want and then just take it to the battlefield. There is of course limitations in division designing. Maybe I can make a video later about this because you cannot just put anything and go. It's about having the correct units for this division, because as I said, Eugene is trying to make it authentic to match what was actually there in the World War II. But anyway, even though this you can start making really good combination of troops. I don't know why he's not pushing here. He has so many infantry, but he is waiting. I don't know why. I have 15 flag, he has 9, so the timer is going in my favor. He's now trying to bring AAs just to counter my fighter bombers. Okay, it's quite on all fronts basically. He's not also trying to push here. Okay, the fight is going on in this area. I'm trying to push with my light infantry. Sorry, with my light vehicle. The SBWs here are making really good effort. They are very effective against infantry basically. Okay, and I am also hammering him with my fighter bombers. He's not making so much effort on this front, even though he can actually take it because of his superiority in division and infantry. Let's see if I will be able to overrun him in this area. Still, everything is calm here. He's not trying to take this front yet. So most of the fighting are in the right flank and the middle. This SBW is very effective. Nice. We can actually get into details to the very details of the units if you just go a little bit deeper. Just zooming on the units, you will get more details, which is really good. Oh, this he was able to use his anti-tank grenades, which are very effective against light infantry and tanks in general. You can just basically get them with one shot. Yeah, I got him with my fighter bomber. He was gonna die anyway. He's now trying to push his Panzer IV, trying to destroy my light vehicles. That's why I'm pushing my Marder also on this, to try to counter him. Some people might be wondering why it's Axis troops against Axis troops. So in this game, actually, you can play Axis versus Axis, or you can play Axis versus Allies, even in the ranked games. And I think the main reason, the main reason about this is related to the fact that there are no many players for this game, so they are trying to just secure more players by allowing all types of gameplay. So if they split it, Allies versus Axis, the player community is going to be less, and longer time queue and longer waiting will be there to find the game. So it's actually a good tactic from Eugene, which I like. Okay, the Marder here is going to face the Panzer IV, and the Marder is a really good tank. Even though it has a weak frontal armor, yeah, I was able to destroy his gun, and he's gone. It has a weak frontal armor, but it's also having a really good gun, which is able to destroy most of the strong tanks. Yeah, the middle is totally secured. He tried to push in the left, but he was not successful. Okay, he only has one tank. Okay, this back has 150 millimeter. So I was just worried, I think, if it will be able to get my Marder, but they nerf most of the ATs, that their range actually doesn't pass 1,500 meters. So earlier all the ATs used to have 2 kilometer range. Now they don't anymore. Most of them, they just have 1.5 kilometer. This is just one of the things Eugene does for balancing the game, which I don't think it makes very sense. I think ATs should have more range, because they are ATs. They are supposed to hide and just fire from long distance. But that's what just Eugene does. They just sometimes make some strange balancing. Anyway, he was able to push in that side. Now I'm trying to counter back. On the left side, terroristing fight. Yeah, and he was able to get my Marder. It has a frontal armor of 105 millimeter, so it has a better frontal armor. It's also a tank destroyer, so yeah, I was able to get it with my fighter bombers. Usually, this is rarely happens, but because I used 2 of them on his tank, so I was able to destroy him. Now he lost all troops in that flank, which is giving me more flag. Yeah, this flag actually now has no troops to secure it, so he's not also pushing with these. I don't know why. Okay, in this front, I'm trying to push back, counter. He's using lots of artillery here for no reason, to be honest. I don't see the point of using so many artillery because I don't have so many static troops or static units. I deployed 88s just to avoid his fighters in case if he is trying to destroy my fighter bombers, but he's not even making that effort, so I don't know why he's using so many artillery. He could have invested this in other troops that could actually make the difference for him. Okay, this front seems now calm. Only the right flank is being fought, and I'm pushing to counter back. Yeah, now he tried to push on the left side as well. Trying also to secure this area, trying to encircle him actually in this right flank, which is a good strategy because when you encircle the troops, he loses actually the land. So, which is one of the best thing about the concept of this front line, which is Eugene deploying, which I like. See the murder what? This is a good tactic to deploy your anti-tank or tank destroyers on places where they can hunt coming troops or coming vehicles or even tanks. He has an 80 there trying to... This is giving me the range. Okay. So my fighter bombers here are winning the day. Some people doesn't like attacking using fighter bombers like this, but I think it's essential because lots of barricading troops. Now he started using his fighters and also anti-tank planes, rocket planes basically. He fire rockets. But he cannot find a target yet. They also deployed one Panther G there in the middle. Let's see this IL-2. The IL-2 is very strong actually. It's one of the strongest planes in the game. You cannot even destroy it even when you are flying behind it. I mean, you will find a hard time to destroy it. Okay, he wasted those rockets on just mechanized vehicle. And now he drops. I think he found this game is lost already, so he dropped. This guy is usually much better than this. I think he just wasn't lucky in this game. He made lots of mistakes actually. He did not push enough with his infantry, even though he had the advantage in the force. This is basically his kills. This is his kills. Not very interesting. I mean, it's almost 1 versus 1 or 1-to-1 killing. His Schwat also was able to destroy two vehicles from my side. One light vehicle, one anti-tank destroyer, the Marder. This Octensi is actually a very good unit. It has Molotov, I think, and it has also good good weapons or good machine guns. So basically that was his kills. Now, yeah, his Panther was able to destroy my Marder. Now these are my kills in the game. So yeah, there are lots of good kills here. So because I tried to push very hard in the beginning and fast, I was able to get to his defense line. I was able to get so many ATs before it gets deployed, or even at the deploying phase. Also, fighter bombers here were stars of this game. They destroyed so many units, even tanks. Yeah, so basically that was it. I hope you enjoyed this game. I will try to be posting more. Oh, see, this light tank also was able to destroy so many troops. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this game. I'll try to be post. I'll try to post more of them in the coming days. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks again, and see you in another video.